no heroes. No heroes. No heroes, baby.
Alright boys, we are back with another deck profile, this time with the one and only Flash winner of the first finals in Europe. I mean, you want to introduce yourself again for the people that don't know you now?
Yes, so I'm Flash, alias Benjamin. I'm French player. I play since 1 year and a half because of my friend Trek introduced me on the game, and I really love the game, and I met a bunch of top cut. And my best top cut was last year in Liverpool when I finished second with the RP low.
Oh.
And now Liverpool again, but a better finish.
I mean, congrats. I mean, you showed it real quick, but I'm gonna go back to the Yamato.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, everybody who didn't saw the finals, they should. But Yamato is beautiful. But let's go to the deck list. Black Yellow Luffy seems pretty standard.
Yeah, Black Yellow Luffy, because for me it's like one of the best decks since OPO 7.
Yeah.
Best deck because of consistency. So I really like to have to be able to play the game whatever my hand is, and this is a deck that can do that. Why Black Yellow Luffy one of the best deck? It's easy because Bandai didn't ban this card. So Bandai should ban this card. This card is not banned, so I play Black Yellow Luffy. Like it's disgusting. Like you play for 8 cost, like 9,000, 8,000, 6,000 blocker that protect all your board. You can draw, you can destroy, you can do everything with this card. It's like really unfair card in this deck.
True.
Like classic things, the 2K counter, iron for flampe.
Yes.
Best 2K counter, like allow you to have a lot of card in hand, like, and when you are 9K, one card is like a 5K counter, like, so
that's true.
It's really important. Another card really important, Yuri, one of the best 2K. What is very good with Yuri is like it allows you to be 7K leader with 2 life or 9K leader with 1 life, something like this. So it's really interesting card. Like often really nice to play it in late game for your last life, or against Nami you can play it on 4. But most of the time I don't like to play it on 4. I like to play it last life, except against Nami.
Okay.
For consistency, Luffy. For baby Luffy, no more. Okay.
Makes sense.
For Haggard Luffy.
Makes sense.
Really important card. Allow you to be in a good spot against Blue, against Boa, and against Luffy, because it's a card that you can reuse and you don't need a lot of 5 costs because of him. Allow to kill Rebecca. So really important card. Best card in the deck.
Sabo?
This guy.
Oh yeah. I mean, came up.
3 tips from my Patreon. If you can play this card on 5 on 6, whatever the matchup is, you play it. It's like best card, because if you play this card and your opponent cannot remove it, instant GG.
Yeah.
You can play Sabo after and it's instant GG. This card is like too broken, allow you to draw, allow you to have an 8K body to attack, because you are an aggressive deck, so you want to be aggressive. And also allow you to awaken the way easier.
Awaken. We are here in Dragonball, huh?
Yeah. So other card for baby Sabo for sure.
Makes sense.
Like because this card is really unfair. Also, when you play Moria, this card is like totally broken. 1 blocker and your board is not killable.
Yeah.
So really important. 1 spicy tech.
Okay. Kuza?
2 Sabo yellow.
Oh, okay.
2 Sabo yellow because consistency. You need 5 cost, and I decide to not take ace and to play only for Luffy and Sabo.
Okay.
It's way easier to play this way because when I search, I know I only need 1 baby Sabo, 1 baby Luffy, and I know I need this guy. So it allows me to do less mistake.
Okay, fair.
This card already good. In mirror, you can kill this guy.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Allow you to kill Cavendish. and allow you to kill Luffy Nightmare. So it's like 5 cards that is really disturbing you. So this card allow you to kill this annoying card. Okay. Something really special about my list that most of people doesn't play. Not this one. For guard for sure. Like Broken Searcher.
Yeah, makes sense.
But 4 Searcher spell. Really important.
4. Okay.
Yes, 4 because Black Yellow Luffy is the puzzle deck. That means that if you have a puzzle deck, your way to win is to see your pieces. If you see all your pieces, you will win all the game.
Yeah.
So why you will cut things to search your pieces? This card good on 1, this card good on 2, this card is good on 4 down, this card is good on 6 down, it's good on 8 down, it's good every time. If you don't have Moria, this card is good because if you don't have baby in hand, you can search for a baby. This card is really broken. I will never cut a searcher.
Fair.
I can sometimes I wanted to cut 1 to say okay I can run more tech, but you just lose consistency. And if you trust in your deck consistency, just play searcher and play your deck good and it will be okay. Other card, because I don't play ace, is like 4 Kuzan 4. I like to play 4 card when I like the card. So I play 4 because when in every matchup you want to go second.
Yeah.
And you don't have nothing to do on 4 down.
Yes.
So this card, first mulligan, you have 50% chance to have one of these. So it's a lot. When we made this calculation, it's a lot. So you will see 1 game out of 2. So it's quite interesting because it's a good 4th round. If they want to remove this, you can play this guy. And if they remove this, it's not sure they will able to remove this Luffy.
Fair, fair.
So really good. But it's also, I played it because I was scared about one matchup. The matchup I was scared was Bonnie. And playing this guy is like allow you when you go on 4 you play this guy, on 8 you play this guy, who bring back Kuzan. I'm a Black Yellow Luffy player who like to tempo Gecko Moria.
Okay.
When I can, I slam Gecko Moria on 8 just to bring back Kuzan and Garp, or to bring back Flampe and Kuzan, to bring back Yori. I like to play Gecko Moria on 8.
Okay.
Because it's a 9k body. It's like too much pressure and you are an aggressive deck. So first you play Gecko Moria, first you can attack 9 with your Gecko.
Okay. And then
2 less card, no. Yeah, 4 less card. So this card is Shingan. To be honest, it's like the same as Sabo.
yeah.
Like it's the same way as playing 4 Sabo, but there is the only difference between these 2 cards. This card is good in early game and allow you to have more consistency with your searchers.
Yes.
And this card is very better in late game because on 10 down you can play Shingan, 2 down on your leader,
Yeah.
and baby. And you cannot do this with Sabo. But Sabo is really good in early game because it's a body and allow you to remove and you can search for it. So basically it's 4 times the same goal about the card.
Makes sense.
And the 2 last card is like 1 Ice Edge
Okay.
for Bonnie. Allow you if I'm not able to see my Kuzan in early game, I can still have 1 Ice Edge to remove the 9 cost of Bonnie, and I'm able to remove Isho also because Isho is a threat for its deck, and being able to remove Isho is quite important.
Fair.
And the last card is like 1 of Kuzan 10.
Because
Kuzan 10 for Bonnie most of the time and NL, but I didn't face a single NL. Against Bonnie, what you like to do if you go second? If you have a Kuzan
Yes.
or a Rocket on the board, yeah, Kuzan or Rocket Luffy, one of the 2, if you have one of the 2 on the board and 2 life, you can slam your Kuzan and kill Zoro,
yeah.
like kill anything. So it's like way broken. I won against Bonnie this way. I was able to play Kuzan, he removed it, I didn't see Moria. But
Yeah.
I awaken on 8 down,
yes.
7k leader, 2 life, and I have this on board. And I said him, he tried to push damage for me to not be able to play Kuzan, but I just say okay, I just defend. I just counter and slam this guy, and when this guy is slammed against Bonnie, it's GG.
Fair. So let me stand up real quick. For people wondering, we
Yeah.
are in the hotel. I got unfortunate enough to be in the same hotel as one of the winners. I mean, we're gonna post again also the full deck list in the description. But let me sit down back and
Yeah.
let's ask you some questions. First of all, for everybody that doesn't play Dragonball, to awaken is something
Yeah, that's true.
to activate your main ability of your leader. So in this case, Monkey D. Luffy is only active as a good leader if he's on 0. Other than that, he's just a vanilla. So that's why people refer to this as Awakening. But you mentioned you didn't play Inner, you played against Bonnie, and that's why you had a lot of you know, tech cards like Ice Edge and Kuzan. What else do you think is a good matchup for you?
Good matchup is Black Deck most of the time, Lucci and Moria, because Sabo destroys the strategy of Lucci and Moria.
Yeah.
And the 9k leader is too powerful against Vest deck. I think this is my 2 best matchup. I think Mirror is really skilled, so if you play better, you will win the Mirror like 80% of the time. So it's really skill matchup, really hard matchup. There is a lot of knowledge you need. Bonnie, with this list, I think Bonnie is 50-50.
Alright.
If I will lose the dice, I'm in trouble. If I lose the dice, I will need to see 2 of this guy.
Yeah.
This guy into this guy. That's why I run 8 searcher, because I know in my bad when I lost the dice, I will need often to see 2 times this guy.
Yeah.
So 8 searcher really important.
But why 2 times?
Because I can play it on 5.
Yes.
Can play it on 7.
Yeah.
Awaken with 2 life. And 5k leader, I don't care. And if he OD Jones, the 2 are 8k. He cannot remove my Luffy. And I have a way to pressure him.
Fair, okay. This is something I didn't know.
Against Blue, Doffy, not very good matchup. I think if you play really well, it's 50-50, but most of the time you can lose. But this guy, if you know what you are doing, this guy is really strong against Doffy.
Yes.
And play around pudding. If you know how to play around pudding, you can be in a good spot. If you know where you need to play around pudding and when you cannot play around pudding, you will win like quite often against Doffy. Bad matchup, really bad matchup for me, in my opinion, is Nami. That's why, first of all, I was running Ace, because of Nami matchup. Because I think my matchup is not very good against Nami. Like 50-50 with Ace, without Ace is like really favored for Nami. The problem is like you cannot play around everything, and we talk a lot with Pierre, Trek, and we agree that Bonnie will be way more present than Nami. And luckily I faced no Nami, so it was a good day for me. Katakuri, I faced 1 Katakuri, free matchup for me. Right, Katakuri can do that much because of this Sabo.
I mean, they want to trash your life, you be like, okay, no problem.
Exactly.
It helps you.
Reiju,
so.
I play Reiju. I think Reiju is a very good matchup for us if you know how to play around pudding. If you are able to play around pudding, it's like basically 80-20, because Reiju can do nothing about 9k leader or even 7k leader. It's like quite hard to push damage for Reiju.
Then let me just ask you, because I think the people in the comments are gonna ask the same. How do you play against pudding? Around pudding?
I counter my life. I don't have to take all my life. Like for example, if I have this guy in hand, and on 4 turn when I attack me for 5, counter.
Fair. It has counter power?
Yeah, I counter.
It has counter power?
Yeah, it is in my trash, and on 5 I play this guy and I take a life.
Fair.
If you're putting me, I already have this.
Yeah.
And because I run 8 searcher, what I need to see is like, I have 8 baby and 8 searcher. So I have 16 cards that are really good. I have this is draw, and I have Moria. So I have basically, when he putting me, I don't need to play searcher in early game if I have good hand. So when he putting me, I have this is good top deck, this is good top deck, this is good top deck, this is good top deck. I have a lot of good top decks. So 5 cards, I will have 6 cards after pudding, and most of the time I will have like one of the pieces that I need.
Okay, fair. I can see that.
But this guy, you need it to see in every matchup. If you don't see him, you can be in trouble. That's why.
Alright. What else would the people ask you if they would be here? First question I asked everybody that I interviewed besides the Italians. The Italians played ST14. How did you react to this?
I got really lucky because Trek played ST14. So I have a lot of practice against ST14.
Wow,
and
that guy.
And what we're lucky is like the matchup is very dice dependent, because ST14 is a super strong, probably one of the most broken deck when you go second.
Yeah.
But when you go first, the deck is not very good.
Okay,
So hopefully I got the dice. I faced like 2 times in top cut against Giovanni. Giovanni,
Yeah.
one of the best players in Europe, and I managed to win because I got second 2 times. And if you're able to drop Moria or bring back Kuzan, it's quite impossible for him to win because it's too much pressure. And if he E-show you, you can attack with Kuzan, decrease E-show, and
then
5
use
cost Sabo,
rockets.
machine gun. Now you are able to kill his E-show and he can do anything about it. So, but I think ST14 is one of the best decks if you can choose the card that you see.
Okay.
The problem is like sometimes you have hand with really bricky and you can do nothing about it. But I think it's a good deck, and in OP8 it probably will even a better deck with Jack.
Yeah.
Because Jack allow it's really hard to remove, so I think it will be a really good deck.
And speaking of OP08, are you gonna make any changes in OP08? I would assume not so.
In OP08 there is a lot of deck that I need to test, like Zoro, Calgara, this deck, Pudding, Boa. There is a lot of decks that I need to test, but I think this deck will be probably one of the best decks.
And you wouldn't make any changes?
It really depends. It's impossible. There will be changes for sure, because it's quite impossible to say this list will be good in OP08, because it will really depend on what the meta is. For example, if there is a lot of Bonnie, you can play more Kuzan 10 or more Ice Edge. Ice Edge can be really good against Bonnie.
Yes.
If there is no Bonnie and there is a lot of Nami, you have to play Ace and Makino.
Fair.
So it really depends on what the meta is and what is your meta call. There is not best list in one OP. There is best list in one tournament, but what you think you will face.
Alright, thank you for your insight. This was a really insightful interview. Do you have any last words towards your community, the French community?
Yeah, I would like to thank Trek, my team also, like of the Dugan gang. So thank you to Flo, Flo and Jérôme and all my team, because it's a pleasure to practice with them and to show that it's possible to win a big tournament like with a lot of monsters. So I'm really happy, and thank you for all people who supporting me during this event and until the final. So I hope I made you proud.
It's quite sweet. So I'm also thankful that you took your time. I mean, if you cannot hear it in the background, we are still in the hotel. Again, I'm quite lucky that you and I are the same hotel. But I will make this short. Thank you, in the name of noHEROES, that you took your time. Also, people appreciated it quite a lot that you had this one interview during the live stream. That was me. I'm also gonna have a quite,
I really like noHEROES. Like every time events are well organized. Also,
it's speedy. But yeah, I mean, it was also a good finance by OP, so we
yes,
need to appreciate that.
Good organizers to like really great events.
Alright, so with that said, I'm gonna leave it be. I mean, if the people have questions, maybe you're gonna see it in the comments and you're gonna answer it. The deck list is gonna hopefully be in the comments or in the description. And with that said, I'm gonna peace out and see you next time. Hopefully, I mean, finals, Utrecht,
See you in Japan.
See you in Japan.